Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine you've just landed in a brand new city.
Uh-huh.
You're stepping out of the airport, the air is buzzing, maybe a swirl of unfamiliar sounds, and you just need to get to your hotel.
Right. The first big task.
But there's that moment of truth communicating with the taxi driver in English.
Yeah, it's a surprisingly common and often kind of high-stakes scenario.
Definitely. So today we're taking a deep dive into a fascinating resource. It's called Essential English for Taxi Travel it tackles this precise challenge.
It does.
Our mission really is to extract the core insights and maybe some surprising nuggets from this material. Not just about the taxi ride itself, but, about what makes this approach to learning language for real situations so effective.
And what's genuinely fascinating here, I think, is how this material just zeroes in on what you might call just-in-time language learning.
Okay.
It's not about comprehensive grammar or these huge vocabulary lists. Instead, it focuses really acutely on a specific functional need. It gives you the exact phrases and structures you need at that moment.
Right when you need them.
Exactly. And that's a critical insight, I think, for anyone looking for a shortcut to being well, well-informed about practical communication. We'll explore why this targeted approach.
Mm,
It draws from ideas like situational fluency, microlearning, why it could be so much more empowering for, say, a stressed traveler
yeah.
than a traditional phrasebook.
Yeah, I was really struck by that. It's less about, memorizing a dictionary and much more about having the right conversational tools kind of ready to go.
Hmm.
And the resource itself, it's brilliantly structured around this realistic taxi conversation,
Yeah.
right? Traveler and driver.
Yeah.
But the clever part, I thought, was this inclusion of a guide character. It's
Yes.
almost like having a little tutor in your ear while the dialogue is actually happening.
Exactly right. And that guide, they're not just narrating, they're providing the why behind the what,
Oh,
which is, crucial for deeper understanding and actually remembering it. If we connect this to the bigger picture of like language acquisition, this layered approach helps learners move beyond just rote memorization
into active comprehension.
into active comprehension. Exactly.
Right.
And the material very strategically breaks down the whole taxi journey into these distinct, manageable communication phases. Each one kind of builds on the last.
Okay, so how does it segment that journey then?
Yeah.
What are those crucial moments it focuses on?
Well, it starts right at the beginning,
Yeah.
greeting and stating your destination.
Makes sense. First step.
Yeah. It teaches you how to initiate the ride politely, not just with hello, but immediately following up with a very direct, can you take me to?
Okay, straight into.
Get straight to the point. And this sets a clear, polite tone right from the outset, which is actually a subtle but pretty powerful insight that you often don't find in generic language guides.
Right. And then, okay, once you're moving, directions become key, don't they? That's where things can really get lost in translation fast.
Oh, absolutely. So the next phase is giving directions clearly. And this is where the resource smartly integrates a focus on imperatives.
Imperatives, like command word.
Exactly. Those direct command forms like turn left here or go straight.
Mm.
It's not just about learning the words left and straight. It's about giving learners a grammatical backbone for really unambiguous instructions.
Which is super important when clarity matters most.
Totally. And it also includes phrases like stop at the traffic light,
Yeah.
anticipating those, practical needs along the way.
That makes a lot of sense. You don't need complex sentences. You just need to be understood. Okay, what about the practical stuff? Money and time. That's always a big worry for travelers.
Precisely. The material then moves right into asking about price and time.
Yeah.
It highlights those essential questions like how much is it to the airport or how long will it take?
The classics.
The absolute classics. But what's particularly useful here is its specific focus on using simple numbers for distances, times, prices.
Yeah, numbers can be tricky for beginners.
They really can be.
Yeah.
And this resource just distills it down to the absolute essentials you need for that transaction.
So it's all about making sure there are no nasty surprises with the fare at the end.
Pretty much, yeah.
And what about, those little polite requests, the things that just make the interaction smoother, more respectful?
Yeah, that's the final crucial phase it covers.
Mm-hmm.
Making polite requests. So this includes phrases like, could you stop here, please? Or maybe, can you wait for a minute?
Mm-hmm.
It breaks down those common polite request patterns, like using can you, or the slightly more formal could you please. These are sort of universal signals of respect.
Yeah, essential anywhere, really.
Essential for a smooth, comfortable interaction, definitely, regardless of, any cultural nuances you might encounter.
It sounds like the phrases themselves are very well thought out, but sometimes it's those single words that trip you up, isn't it? What's the strategy here for the essential vocabulary? Is it about quantity or just carefully picked key terms?
It's definitely about carefully selected key terms. The vocabulary selection is incredibly focused. It zeroes in on the highest frequency, most functional words needed just for this specific scenario.
Okay.
It's about achieving that practical fluency without overwhelming the learner with, tons of unnecessary words.
So like what? Give us some examples.
Think.
Yeah.
Taxi, obviously. Driver, street, left, right, straight, stop. Then things like numbered addresses, airport, hotel, and of course, fare.
Right, the core components.
Exactly. These aren't just random words. They are the fundamental building blocks for pretty much every phrase we've just talked about.
Gotcha. So, okay, beyond the actual content, the phrases, the words, how does this material make sure that a beginner can actually grasp and use this stuff effectively? What are the sort of pedagogical tricks it uses?
Well, this is where its designed for maximum impact really shines, I think. Firstly, the dialogue. It's spoken slowly and clearly.
Okay, that helps.
Definitely. And with strategic repetition built in to aid retention. That's just a cornerstone of effective auditory learning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then key words and those core travel phrases are specifically highlighted somehow in the material. They act almost like mental anchors.
Right, so you notice them.
You notice them, you remember them. And maybe most importantly, for that critical practice element, the material includes a mini speaking challenge.
Oh, interesting. How does that work?
So you, the listener, actually get to practice giving a simple taxi route
Yeah.
and then asking about the fare.
Yeah.
It turns passive listening into active application.
Nice. Putting it straight into practice.
Exactly. And this integrated approach, blending the explanation, the repetition, and that immediate practice, that's what genuinely helps beginners feel comfortable and confident, moving from just, I know the words, to I can actually use them.
Right, for real-world commuting, for getting around.
Precisely.
So wrapping this up a bit, what does this all mean for you listening, whether you're a learner or maybe just someone interested in, efficient ways to pick up knowledge? This deep dive, I think, it really shows how a hyper-focused resource can truly empower you. It takes a potentially stressful real-world situation like a taxi ride and just breaks it down into these manageable, repeatable English phrases. It's really about building practical confidence when you say one phrase at a time.
Absolutely. Making that global journey just that little bit smoother.
Yeah.
And we connect this to the bigger picture, this kind of specific scenario-based learning. It's incredibly powerful. It really raises an important question, I think.
Which is?
Well, in a world that's just full of information, endless learning options, where else might this really precise, real-life situation approach to acquiring knowledge be applied, to give you that immediate, tangible skill boost?
That's a great question. Like, what other everyday interactions?
Exactly. What other everyday interactions do you think would benefit most from this kind of practical step-by-step toolkit, whether it's linguistic or, maybe something else entirely?